Hi there, welcome back. It's just another day. Today we're talking about another gig opportunity called Taskrabbit. So we've been talking about AI taking over jobs and people out of the workforce. My last video I talked a little bit about Uber and DoorDash and that gig economy where jobs are starting to go away because either the bonuses aren't there anymore or people are just not wanting to stick around for the little jobs. They just stick around for the big jobs and just too much oversaturation. But Taskrabbit is something I actually heard of a few months back, and I thought it might be something interesting. You know, once you're retired, you need something to do, pick up a few jobs on Taskrabbit. What it is, CEO Anais Smith sees more people turning to gig work as a result of AI, people out of work, needing something to do. And what Taskrabbit does is it takes the trades, things that people can't really do themselves, and sort of hires that out through the app. So the way it works is you have someone put out their skills, things that they can do, and you can hire them, or someone put out a job and someone says, hey, I can do that, and they'll agree to do it. So things like plumbing, electrical, things that are simple, like putting furniture together or putting up a bookshelf or maybe mounting a TV to the wall. Things that unfortunately, a lot of people can't do themselves or don't want to do themselves. They'd rather just pay someone to do it. So Taskrabbit helps people to kind of match up with each other to find these jobs and put people to work in that way. So Smith sees AI supercharging the platform by providing it with more taskers who can do physical jobs that are harder than AI. So this is sort of AI proof. For the moment, AI and robots won't be able to do plumbing jobs or electrical or just putting together IKEA furniture and things like that. Some Gen Z workers have also turned to trade jobs as an alternative to higher education. I started seeing this a few years ago, more kids that I know graduating high school coming up, and instead of going into, say, college for a business degree or something like that, they're going into welding, they're going to become an electrician and going into the trades, getting an apprenticeship. And it's a good idea because those, I don't want to say they're recession proof, but I mean, you're always going to have these jobs for repairs or at the least maybe new construction, things like that. But users can request help by task category, such as heavy lifting or electrical help. This is actually an interesting thing because when we moved years ago, we had bought this huge, what do they call them? Not a hutch, but a wardrobe. And we wanted it on the second floor of our home. And it was massive, it's 2 pieces. And I'm just getting to the point where it's just not fun anymore. We'd already moved a bunch of stuff in, we were whipped, and we had bought this at a consignment store, and my wife said, I'm just gonna hire a couple guys. And so it wasn't through this Taskrabbit, I don't think it even existed at the time, but she was able to find a moving company and just say, hey, we have a piece that's already here, it's been delivered, can you move it upstairs? So, you know, it was pretty inexpensive, definitely helped my back and kept me from, you know, having a bad accident going down the stairs or something. So that's what these workers are looking to do, is to solve a problem that some people just can't do. Furniture assembly is a popular category, especially since IKEA purchased Taskrabbit in 2017. So IKEA, if you've ever shopped there, their stores are immense. They have a ton of cool stuff and furniture, but most, if not all of it, you put it together. And so a lot of people just, you know, they don't have tools, or they don't want to mess with it. And so what you can do is, you know, have someone on Taskrabbit come and assemble it. And IKEA saw a strategic move there, that instead of hiring people to do it through the company, they said, well, let me just buy Taskrabbit and set this up, because there's going to be a lot of people that want this type of a service. So it accounts for 1/4 of the company's business globally. That is insane. That there's as much furniture as IKEA puts out. Smith, the CEO, said the Swedish retailer accounts for just under a quarter of the company's business globally. That's wild. That is unbelievable. So customers can submit their location and details, what they're trying to do, such as moving out of their apartment in an afternoon. And Taskrabbit with AI will suggest gig workers that can help. And so it'll list about 175,000 gig workers whom the company calls taskers. So other companies that operate marketplaces for trade work include Airtasker and Thumbtack. And so, there's these different gig services that really should be around for some time. Got a big helicopter going over here. Not sure if you can see that. Sorry about that. Anyway, Taskrabbit verifies that they can actually provide the services that these people say they can. So they're not just sending out some guy, oh yeah, I'll put these together and do a really terrible job. They'll make sure that these people have been at least checked out, that they can do these jobs, and that they'll be able to come out and provide the services that they need. So it's more efficient than the old way of finding a match when the tasker and the client would chat for a while to really try to define the scope. So in the past, when it came out, you'd kind of link up and you send messages back and forth. Yeah, this is what it's going to entail. And the other person would say, well, yeah, I think I can do that. Maybe get some measurements or some additional information. But it's a neat idea. I think it would be a great way for a lot of retirees to do these types of things. Have you ever had anything like this where you hired someone to come and take care of something for you? Not like a lawn service or anything, but actually putting something together or helping to install like a dishwasher or something of that nature. Let me know in the comments some of the things that you've had done, maybe some of your good experiences, maybe some of your bad experiences. And let me know if this is also something, maybe you have the skills that eventually you might want to maybe join this type of a service and kind of a side hustle, or maybe a retirement gig or something like that. It's a neat idea, and I think they'll do pretty well long term. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm getting a lot of views on some of my videos now, but people are, and I've heard this all the time, you get a lot of views, but you won't get subscribers. So I'll be continuing to come out with content. I'd love to have you join the community. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.